All right, so I'm going to be a little bit echoey right now on the live stream. That's okay. So, welcome back. My name is William. We're going to do 15th Sunday after Pentecost, the Offertory, Exspectans, exspectavi, and that is mode 5 for the 15th Sunday after Pentecost. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so that echo should be gone. I definitely changed it. Before we start, we need that again. Subscribe and hit the bell notification. Last video, my whole thing was on echoes, so oh well, you know. Done is the new perfect. So you'll have to hear the majestic echo of me just talking in echoes, and yeah, next year we'll redo that. So that's the beauty of live stream. You get the raw data of what's of me tweaking things. So this should be a lot better. So we are on the offertory. So the offertory has mode 5 this time. Exspectans, expectavi. Expecting, I have expected. Or waiting, I have waited. For the Lord, right? Dominum. And we're going to use our typical mode 5 tune for this. That is in D major with a G sharp. So D major with a G sharp. Some of you would say, well, that's just A major ending on D. That's correct, too. Which means our first two notes are F sharp and A. And this one, kind of cool. It's like out of the gates, running out of the gates kind of entrance. Yeah, let's do our normal. We're going to do our normal kind of procedure. I'm going to sing through it. As I sing through it, I'll point some things out, different techniques and things that are, you know, I see. And then at the very end, I will sing through the whole thing with no interruptions, so you have something to practice against. So let's get into it. Exspectans, exspectavi Dominum. You can hear that right away. You hit the ground running, right? I do not like a very big break on that quarter bar. So for the choir, we are going to take a breath. John, you know, is our cantor. He's going to take a breath, but we are jumping on that train. So, and notice how high it is. Make sure, right away, make sure you're relaxed. Don't strain up there, right? Relax. Exspectans, expectavi Dominum, et respexit me. That phrase, really important to stay together on. You have spe, two pulses, we're going to call them pulses this week, on the, you need to remove the dot. Oh, it's gone now. Just kidding. How do I reset that? Uh-oh. How do I reset it? Remove modifications. There you go. Don't do that unless you know how to undo it. So, respect. 2 on the first virga, here with the dot. 3, and these are faster 3, right? Et respexit. It's important to know that those atoms in my brain, the atoms are smaller, so the unit becomes smaller. So that we're speeding up, we're going the same speed, but the atoms are smaller, so the atomic unit grows a little smaller. And then on xit, xit me. Make sure you float that top note. So instead of xit, it's xit me. Like that. All right. So let's hear that one more time, and we'll keep going. Because there's not... Well, the next measure has this cadence, a very typical mode 5 cadence on the law. Make sure you float that. That's going to float a little bit. And I don't see anything else kind of earth-shattering maybe some intervals. This fourth coming up. Then we get that cadence again. And then that playful, playing with that Lydian mode there. The T, Do, Do, La. And then that's basically it. But let's hear it. And we'll start it et exaudivit. Et exaudivit. Oh, I said I was going to start a little earlier. Et respexit. Let's start there. Et respexit. Et respexit me. Et exaudivit. Ooh, I did that again. Mea culpa. So, right there. Audivit. I held that D out one note too long. So don't follow my example there. Let's keep going. Deprecationem meam. Excuse me, burps. Okay, so I'm thinking of the liquescence. We have a couple liquescence, one here and one here. On exaudivit, perfect opportunity for this. We're going to use the diphthong method. Et exau. We close the diphthong on the liquescent, on the dropped liquescent. Divi. Now on nem, we're not going to go nem. I don't like doing that. That sounds weird to me and a little forced. But we do close on it, so it's a kind of a warning note in my mind. Like that. So there's a little bit of a difference between a diphthong and having the M or a liquid consonant there, like M or R or N, even an L sometimes. There's a difference in the way that I like to interpret that. So, and then on the make sure you let the cadence flow. Because if you go, it's like, oops, I messed up there. So make sure you're pushing that note to flow through the qualisma, the passing tone there. Et emisit. Let's keep going. Et emisit in os meum canticum novum hymnum Dei. That's so cool. I love that. So it's an overshoot. In my mind, when I see that and I go up too high, it's an overshoot note because you're going da 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 da, and then you're gonna land back on it. So it's like, if you can imagine it, it's like what you would imagine like my brother's an engineer with aerospace. So is it aerospace? I think it's just one of them. He was with SpaceX and he's transferred so many times. But I imagine like the satellite comes closer to the body, the Earth, and then it goes whoosh and it gets whipped around. That's what that note is. It kind of whooshes you around, and you spiral out, and then you come and land back on the note. So you can really hear that. There it is, Deo. There you go. Now you've landed. This is one of those like endings where it just lands and then it settles. Like it just settles. I love that ending. Let's hear Hymnum Deo Nostro one more time Then we'll sing the whole thing, and we'll call it an offertory. Hymnum. Hymnum Deo nostrum. Awesome. Well, let's go back to the beginning. We're going to sing the whole thing, call it an offertory. Exspectans, exspectavi Dominum, et respexit me, et exaudivit deprecationem meam, et immisit in os meum canticum novum, hymnum Deo nostrum. Couple squeeze breaths in where maybe they shouldn't be. But there you go, live stream. So God bless you all. That was an offertory. Thank you for joining me. Stay tuned for future videos coming up right at you in a couple next minutes. The communion and then the gradual and hallelujah, the shorter form of them. And God bless you. Thank you again for joining me. We'll see you in the next videos.